Hello and welcome to the 30s podcast number 47. My name is Clint.
Uncle Marcus.
What up, Uncle Marcus?
What's up?
We have producer Caesar, of course.
Hello, everybody.
God, what would we do without him?
Should I stop saying Uncle Marcus?
Oh, are we going through sort of an identity crisis?
It just sounds stupid coming out of my mouth. But that's what all my handles are Uncle Marcus.
Unless you change your handles, I think you should stick with it.
I think you have to
Okay.
stick with it.
Yeah, I think, okay. And that's how my internet audience knows me anyway. The small audience.
What's Annie Letterman going to do if you change
I don't
it?
know, yeah.
That's what I... She's not going to recognize you.
You're right. That's, I have other friends that I've met online that call me Uncle Marcus that I've met in real life. And it's like, okay, I guess I should keep it. I just sound stupid saying it, but to me, I sound
You have
stupid.
to do it for them now.
I guess so. I got to do it for the audience.
Audience.
Because I'm not going to change my handles. That's not going to happen.
You're not going to do it.
No.
But maybe you'll...
That makes me stand out.
Right.
So, and it goes well together, Uncle Marcus.
This is from the guy a while back. You were thinking about trying to copyright it.
Copyright the 30s.
The 30s.
Yeah, podcast.
Uncle Marcus too.
I could probably do that as well.
Maybe.
Because it's actually not too hard to copyright something.
How much does that cost?
I think it depends on some factors. I was kind of confused looking into it because I'm not really that guy. Business guy?
Mm-hmm.
What would you attribute that to? Business? Because it would be like an LLC, I guess.
It's a businessy thing.
Yeah, I'm not. My brain doesn't really immediately learn that stuff. I have to have someone way smarter than me sit me down and be like, this is this,
Yeah.
this is that, and I didn't have that. So,
This is this.
yeah, the
Wait.
circle goes into the circle, the triangle goes into the triangle. Like
That's
that.
all I have to do, Tony Robbins. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's it. That's all it takes.
Caesar, do you have the Rodriguez show copyrighted?
No.
Have you looked into it?
No, I don't care about the copyright. I care about the LLC. And I'm gonna make that
LLC.
happen.
Yeah.
You have to make that happen soon.
Yeah.
You do have to make that. It's been 8 years now.
Yeah, you have shirts.
Yeah. No, I own the website and I own like all the domains. So I'm
Okay.
safe with that so far.
That's
but
one step.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're on it.
Yeah, so at least I know someone who can maybe help me with that. But for now, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So what's going on this week?
I mean, I don't know. It's just a week, like the last week before May.
Okay.
So April's almost over. It
Damn.
was a great time though.
First quarter of the year is already gone.
It's gone. There we go.
Man, every year, this happens every year, but it's like the years get shorter and shorter. You know how time, as you get older, is shorter and shorter? It does. It really does.
I don't know how else to tell people.
Yeah, it's
Like, there's been the same amount of time in a day.
yeah.
I get more or less sleep.
Yeah. It's
Feel
just
less
like,
productive.
basically fucking flying by, and it's like,
Mhm.
sucks.
Yeah, like what was it like as a kid? I guess as a kid you just didn't care as much.
But when
weren't
you were a
thinking
kid,
about it.
you had less time on this earth to compare it to. So
Yeah.
like summers used to last so long, or the school year lasts so long, because you've only been doing it. You'd be like 6.
Yeah.
How old are you when you start school? 6?
Yeah.
So it's like you've only been on this earth for 6 years. So it's like that 1 year is like, that's a big
That's
deal.
my whole life. Wow.
I've had 34 years. So it's like each new one is like, all right, another one. And imagine how fast it's going to be when we get to be 70, if we
Man.
make it that far.
You're going to
That.
blink.
Yeah. So that's what you're going to do?
Yeah. What happened?
Your voice is going to change to that when you get older?
It was 2048. Grandpa. What? Who are you?
Yeah.
I don't have kids.
Tell me about this book you're reading.
Okay.
The one that you sent me.
So I started a book this week called, oh, that's funny. Wait,
The Cat Tempe book.
what is happening on my phone right now?
Cat
Got some
Tempe.
random text. So it's a book called You Can't Joke About That.
Okay.
It's written by this comedian. I guess she's a Fox News anchor. I didn't realize that until I was listening to it. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, Fox News?
Next story.
But I'm
just kidding.
And I was like, oh, I'll sit through this. But she was talking about how one of her big facts is that there was a study in 2019 that says 40% of people reported censoring themselves out of fear that voicing their views would alienate them from the people they care about most.
Okay.
And that those people should probably not read this book in public. And because another stat she said in the book was that the last time it was this high was during like the McCarthy era, during like the Red Scare in the 50s. being afraid of being called a communist.
Yeah.
And I feel it's got to be worse now because now there's just so much out there about you.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed it with younger people in their like early 20s, how they'll have no posts on their Instagram. Their Instagram will just be drive anything. And they'll even post stuff. They'll post like 10 things in a row. And then the next day it's deleted. It's not even that like, oh, they had a relationship. It's just that they're like, oh, I need to get all this off. Like there's this fear of having your stuff on the internet.
Something that could be edgy.
Yeah, that could get you kicked out. Whereas I've had like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook for so long that I don't know what I would really do if I got it all taken off, you know?
Yeah.
Even though like it is cool to like, but it is cringy seeing your older stuff that I do. So that part's hard to where like I'm always like, maybe I should delete it.
Facebook does that to you.
Yeah.
I had the unfortunate pleasure of having to reactivate my Facebook a couple of years ago because I needed it for work.
Yeah.
And they do that the thing where they tell you, oh, this day, however many years ago, and they show you a post you made, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Why did I write that?
I'm not the kind of person who wants to see the old stuff I did.
No.
That's not fun for me.
No, I don't want to be back to the old me.
Even if I looked good, I don't really want to see it.
Yeah. I remember once, this was a couple of years ago, Facebook, I made a post about my dog died, and they reminded me of that. They're like, oh, remember when your dog died? It's like,
saddest day.
That's an unusual memory to bring up. Mm-hmm. Which I'm over. It's not a big deal, but yeah, it is weird how specifically Facebook will like make it a point to like, oh, this is what you used to be like. This is what you used to say.
Remember this?
Yeah, and it's like I don't know about the rest of us. I don't want to go back to the old version of me, back like especially like 10 years ago. Like fuck, that's no. But it's always jarring when you see those posts come up and you're like, ah.
Yeah, like Caesar, do you like seeing old stuff that you used to do 10 years ago?
Most of it is cringy. Sometimes I'll look back at a joke that I made like 10 years ago and I'm like, that was pretty funny. Like I used to remind people every month leading up to my birthday, guys, don't forget, it's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, just looking back, I'm like, oh, was that funny?
Yeah.
It probably wasn't that good.
So this book, or from what you what you said in the text to me, it was like you said but shouldn't be holding back anymore. And I'm guessing you're talking about jokes and about like just being brutal,
afraid,
savage, or just not being afraid to just go for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But if you didn't go for it, you're not going to know that.
Right.
So like, I know for me, there's times where I don't say certain things, but a lot of times I will say it just because like, oh, why not? And if it didn't work, it doesn't work. But if you won't know unless you do it. And then when it does work, it feels so good.
Yeah.
So tell me how you feel about that.
Because I feel like I've been like soaked up in like the woke culture that I'm trying to detox from. Because I think I got so into like trying to please everybody, and it goes back to people pleasing.
Right.
And when I got so into people pleasing everybody that suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm not like, I feel like I'm not saying anything that's of like substantial value to actually do something about all this stuff. Because what she says in the book is that we should joke about the serious things, because when we joke about something, we are able to heal from it and take ownership of it.
Yeah.
So like when your dog dies, it's like it's not writing this big sappy giant lawn post of like,
no,
oh, well, Becky was my favorite dog and she was there for me my entire life, and I can't believe that she's not here on this earth anymore. It's more of like, oh, well, at least she's not that loud anymore. Like, at least she's not annoying the neighbors.
For me, it was like, because he was 16 and we're like, finally, like, goddamn.
Like good for you.
Because it was kind of a joke the last year. It was like, are you going to die? Or like,
like, why do you want to still hang out here?
So, yeah, but the death was sad, but it's like you're right about taking ownership of it. You just make it funny, or you also just normalize it. Like,
and you normalize it.
Yeah, if there's things that are like heavy topics, just make it fun or funny, and then it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, if you make it funny, then everyone can laugh at it, and we could all heal together. Yeah, that's why like even doing like pandemic jokes they're gonna work because it's something that we've all shared and we've all gone through.
Yeah. Yes, but
when we just forget about it, or we just like, oh, we're not going to talk about like her mom passed away, or that dad left and now he has a another family. It's like, well, we could talk about that because if we
Wait, who
talk
are we
about
talking
it,
about?
I just those are made up ones.
That's a very specific example.
Yeah, because it's like because what's it gonna be? It's just gonna be the elephant in the room. Anytime you see that
Yeah.
person again, it's like,
I think that's why specifically during the pandemic, I really got into comedy
yeah,
because comedians are all making fun of it. And I was very much like, why? Like, this is so. Because not only COVID, but then like a lot of the BLM stuff was happening and the election happened where there was just so much kookiness going on in the world or so much extreme shit happening that it was like, can someone make a joke? Like, can somebody lighten the mood a little bit about what's happening? And then comedians are just like, make fun of everything, especially things that are in the zeitgeist. That's what comedy is. That's why like generational comedy is the thing. Like things from the 80s are funny in the 80s. Sometimes they transcend it, sometimes they don't. Same with the 70s, 60s, whatever. So it's like, they're all making fun of stuff that's happening in the world right now. And it's like, yes, like, can we just make fun of all of this? Because it collectively sucks for everybody. Let's just all make fun of it and move on.
yeah.
So that's what's great. I'm assuming that's what this book is
Yeah, and
trying
it's good.
to say.
And because at first I realized, oh, I have a bias because the moment I heard, oh, she works on Fox News, I got kind of like, ugh.
That's exactly what I did.
I still like even saying right now, I'm like, ugh, I'm outing myself.
And that's not. It sucks that we think that.
Yeah.
Because it's I mean they did it. Our media did it they did it to us by just putting these extreme personalities and opinions as like the forefront of this, and it's like, well, they're probably not bad people.
Yeah, because I realized she's kind of cool. She had a point when she was in her early 20s where she was she was one of the traffic people, like working for like the news traffic people in the helicopter. She had like that job in the morning.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like traffic reporter, the weather report.
Like an air traffic.
She had like 4 jobs at once.
One's with the
She was air traffic. Yeah, she was air traffic control. Come this way.
What a
turn
pivot
left.
into comedy from that.
Do what feels real. And then, because then she was talking about being at the Comedy Store doing a set on a day where she's like lost everything. Like she lost her boyfriend, she lost the shitty apartment, she lost the shitty serving job, and it's like that is why we have to joke about it.
Yeah.
Because joking at that point, it's like, what else can you do? Just be like, life sucks.
Yeah.
I can't live in that like negativity anymore. It's just nasty.
No.
It's not right.
It's just more fun to be happy and funny than sad.
And everyone will like you more.
Yeah. And it's just so much less energy too. It's so much more energy to be sad and to be bummed out and to be angry and to be like about everything. It's like, just fucking make light of it. Like, obviously be serious about some things.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but
some stuff sucks.
Yeah. A lot of stuff sucks. A lot of stuff sucks, but not everything sucks. And you have to kind of find, like, you'll see it on, since you brought up Instagram, and young people who are just like fucking like energy vampires or just like negativity vampires, where their whole, it's mostly stories, I guess, but they're just like negative fact, negative fact, negative fact, negative fact. And it's like, how do you live your life? Like, what are you thinking about? What's going on in your head? Like, are you okay? Or, you know, do we need to check in? Like, it's like, I'm not that person. I can't imagine being that person. And it's just like, how you must be very sad, a very sad life.
Yeah. Like,
and
I hope
sucks. Like life sucks, but like, I don't know.
And that's like, my goal is to be like, to at least get a smile out of somebody.
Yeah.
They might not laugh, but it's like, if I can at least make someone smile, it's
those
like,
laughs feel so good.
Laughs are the most amazing
when
feeling.
You get
in the
laughs
world.
out of people when you tell a joke, when you tell a really clever, thought out joke, even a quick one off the cuff, and you get like genuine laughter out of somebody, it feels so good.
I think that's like as close.
It's
to
almost like a
God thing. I think that's like as close as you could be.
Yeah. Oh God. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that high, but
I don't know. It's pretty high to think of God.
There's those times where like I'm in a group of people and you just keep firing off like zingers or just whatever, and they just keep landing, and then it stops. But when they keep landing, and it's just like, oh my God, that's so hard right now.
Damn, that's hot.
Feels so good.
Yeah, but that's living. Like that's real living and it's so unexpected when you make them laugh too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going for the laugh, but then there's always that doubt. I think that's why comedians can be so sad too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I don't think they're going to like this. But then when they like it, it's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I probably won't read this book, but because I feel like I don't know what I would take from it.
I'll give you
that
the
I didn't
notes.
already know, but
It's a nicer. Do you do a lot of audiobooks? Because this is one that I like more as an audiobook. I don't think I'd.
this would
Sit
probably
down to
be a
read.
nice audiobook. I do not do audiobooks because I do like the finger to page.
Physical, yeah.
And then in a lot of my books that I read too, I do write in them. So
Yeah.
I'm that nerd.
Yeah, because the Daily Stoic guy says to do that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
write
mostly
notes.
for like I do have these little stickums that you can put in there too, because sometimes I'll be either inspired by something that I've read, or I just were like something will hit me like I there's something here, but I want to keep reading, so I'll come back to it later. So I'll make a note to either come back here, or something will it'll spark some kind of a joke or a thought in my head, so I'll just write it on that page. Then I know like, oh, it's because of this.
Yeah.
So and it's just like it's good to just like get it out right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm inspired by this, or I've thought something about this. I'll write it down later. Just write it down right now. So I guess you could also just have a notebook with you when you read too. But I mean, that's more
stuff to have to hold.
Yeah, if I'm like a cafe, I'm not holding like whatever.
Yeah, and then if you go back to read the book, it's like you get to see what past self got out of it.
I've read books that I've had like years and years ago. I've reread them, or at least like shuffled through them, and seen some of the notes that I've written. And I was like, whoa, like why did I think of that? Or it's really interesting. It's an interesting landmark to a previous version of yourself.
Yeah. I like to see that change.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, that's what he was thinking that day.
Yeah. So I encourage everyone to write in their books. I mean, some people don't like damaging their property, but I'm not planning on reselling them or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to resell no books.
Yeah. Okay, so this came up. I've known about this for a few months now, but for some reason I wrote it down today to talk about. I know why, but it's not important. So, with the explosion of podcasting, we're doing this. I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but when I'm on Instagram, I see hundreds of clips of someone talking into a microphone with the illusion of them being on a podcast. Notice I said illusion. And I recently learned that there are people who will just set up a microphone in a corner of a room somewhere, or they'll make like a backdrop or whatever, and just say whatever they want to say, like whatever thought or opinion they have, with the illusion of them being on a podcast, like they have a show, that they're actually they're making a show to be posted and uploaded somewhere. Because it's not that often, but there's times where I'll like click on that profile and like there's no link to a show page, or there's no like it's a person, it's not a show. I'm like, oh, I wonder what show they're on, or what show they're doing. And then I looked it up, or it came across me that's like, no, that's a thing that people do, is that they'll have like fake podcasts where they, like I said, they set up a mic and a backdrop, whatever, and it's just them talking. I thought like it's so interesting that podcasts are such a thing now that that's happening. And people are like, well, I got to kind of jump on this thing, and so I don't want to make a show because I either can't do a show, or like they don't have like they don't have the tech producer to make the show, so they just get a microphone and like speak. And I was like, oh, that seems it's weird, and it's also like lazy. I don't know.
Kind of. It's weird how it's evolved, because before it would have been a YouTube channel, and if they had a mic, it was off screen, and they would just be like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my room. I'm going to play some video games. Like that kind of stuff.
Or like vlog style content.
Yeah, like vlogging instead of like literally setting it up to make it look like we've been talking for years.
Yeah, and they'll do the thing too where they're like, hopefully I won't mess up the shot, but they're like looking this way, like they're looking at somebody else talking. There's nobody there. It's the illusion that they're on a show. And I thought like it was kind of pathetic, but also really interesting because, like I said, podcasts are like exploded now and everybody does them. But it's like, but that's not it. You're not doing it. You're faking it. And again, that's not sustainable. Like they're not going to do that forever. That's eventually going to stop. But I don't know. What do you think about that? Caesar, did you know about that? Like, had you heard any of that?
No, I think that's really weird.
It's really weird. Like, next time, I don't know. I think it's just my algorithm because that's all I consume are podcasts. So that's all I kind of get fed to me.
Yeah.
But because there's so many of them that I'm like, okay, let's see what this show is. It's not a show.
Does the microphone work, or is it just?
Yeah, it's like they have. Well, I mean, it's like the audio's uploaded, so I don't, so. I don't know if like their phone's picking it up or their camera's picking it up and then whatever, but they have a mic set up and they're wearing headphones and they're like looking off to the side. There's nobody at the side. So like, I don't know. It was very strange, like it felt weird.
It feels
like,
good not to be a fake.
Yeah.
There's a podcast to this.
Yeah. Like we come here and do this and it's a whole thing. It's a whole setup and it's not. It'd be different if I had like the AMP show where it was just me speaking out my thoughts to somebody, but it's like that wouldn't be a podcast. Well, kind of, but not in this way. I'm not taking like a 50-second clip that I thought of in the moment and like pretend that it's a podcast. I don't know. It's unusual.
But some people, they only know certain shows because of the short form content. They never watch the full episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like for some people, that might just be enough to be like, oh, look at this podcast. And then people tell me that, oh, like this podcast on TikTok. And I go, that's not a thing. How's that a thing? A podcast on TikTok?
Well, there's people that I've encountered that have listened to our reels, but not a full episode.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's a listen, but also, there's like a whole hour of other things that we said, like, and they're like, oh, I heard your thought about the thing. And it's like, well, that was one thought. There's a whole. This is a weekly episodic thing.
Yeah.
And, it's not like that's just how they found it, whatever. But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It's weird. Because I follow some people. My phone, I think it's because I follow this one chick named Billy Ray. I call her Billy Ray Bay because she's beautiful. And
Billy Ray Bay.
she's always like trying to say something to like inspire men. Because I guess there's some need for like girls to come on to be like, this girl is like trying to play like, men, you're of value. You should act like you're of value. I'm pretending I'm holding her little mic. She has like this little mic in her shot. She's always like, what up, my guys? So misogyny needs to go away. Feminism is false. We need a new one. We need something else. So
Feminism is false?
Well, she tries to say that like, well, her videos, she'll be like there needs to be some new element of feminism where it's like we need to help each other and not just like tear the shit out of each other.
Right.
Like lift each other up, yes.
Yeah.
But like don't tear everyone down.
Yeah.
No destruction. So with hers, I don't know if it's because I just follow her, but then it sends me into another video that's like help men with this, help dudes with that, and it's like some of them do that too, where it's like, and I've tapped on their thing. And at first it looks like a podcast, but then it's like, oh, this is just a motivational speaker, dude.
Yeah.
So he's like just making the video to be like a motivational speaker.
Right.
Okay.
I guess it's just people, following the algorithms and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and it works. I find the stuff, you find the stuff. So I don't know, it was interesting to me. I thought it was an interesting thing. Next topic that I have you ever been to medieval times? It's very, very different. Okay.
I haven't been to medieval times.
Neither have I. I kind of want to go.
Should we go?
Because, I think
Take the pod?
Because I know, the Renaissance Fair is happening right now, and I want to go to that. Because I've had a lot of friends that have gone to the Renaissance Fair, and I went when I was a little kid and did not like it. I thought it was boring, it was hot, it wasn't my thing. But I think as an adult, I would like it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all the food options there. They all look very tasty. You gotta you don't have to get dressed up, but I'm gonna get dressed up.
Oh,
I saw some stuff on Amazon that I'm gonna buy. That probably everyone else there is gonna be wearing the same thing because it's just went onto Amazon and was like Ren Fair costume. It seems like a fun time, but it made me think about medieval times because that's always kind of been around, but I've never gone.
yeah, same.
I'd like to try going and see what it's all about.
You eat big piece. What do? Eat turkey legs, drink beer, and watch people fake joust?
Yeah.
Is that
Don't they real joust?
Do they real joust?
They have pads and stuff.
I don't know.
I think they really joust each other.
Do they?
Because they have a winner and a loser.
Oh. If someone gets knocked off the horse?
I think so.
I guess. Wow.
Caesar, have you been to medieval times?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
Would you want to?
Yeah, I heard they were protesting because they were treating them like really bad.
Oh, the
workers.
horses?
Everybody's getting treated bad, but I like the idea of it. I would like to go.
Yeah. But just have it be real though. Like I want to see some blood.
Yeah, I want to see
Right.
somebody
Ooh.
get hurt for real.
See
wow.
Someone get their arm chopped off.
Really go medieval.
Yeah, let's just bring back the Coliseum.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
just bring
that'll
it
solve all
back.
our problems. You know, if we brought back the Coliseum, I feel like it would have solved a lot of our problems because everyone's so angry.
Yeah.
And so like foam at the
Angry,
mouth.
but then also weak. Like they wouldn't confront people in real life the way that
No.
they do online.
No.
So if you got those trolls into a coliseum,
Well, I
see what happens.
don't think. Okay, well let me reel it back. Have like gladiators, like actual people that know how to fight each other, fight it out.
I would
'Cause
love
I
that,
feel
yeah.
like I don't know why the Coliseum was made. I'm not a scholar, but it's like to like ease the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they see like the mayhem and the destruction, and they're like, "Ah," and then they're like, okay, let's go home and make some bread,
Yeah.
because they have wheat and grease, right? I seen Gladiator. He had those
Yeah,
wheat
he has
farms.
wheat. He goes through it. Yeah,
it was
the
the end of the
hand.
wheat. It's historically accurate movie. Yeah, if we brought back the Coliseum, I feel like people would probably chill out a little bit.
I think so. I think it'd be a funny reality TV episode.
Coliseum?
So there's Coliseum. So there's that. There's the actual
they do
Coliseum.
the confessionals still too.
The
They're
confessionals are like,
so the other day, fucking Greco over there took off my leg, and I was stuck hobbling around, and there was a tiger right over there, and then it zooms in on Greco like.
Greg was like, you tell that piece of shit. Don't come near my side of the Coliseum ever again. I'm going to take my spear. I'm going to shove it so far up his ass.
God,
He's going to wish that
it goes back to the barracks,
goes back, yeah.
and they just have like the conflicts over dinner, and they're
Yeah.
like the whole like.
And they just yell it. Then they're like, I'm sorry, bro. It's good. And then they make
But I
up.
will have to kill you tomorrow in the ring.
But yeah, so they're dead. There's no more following.
Yeah, bring back the Coliseum.
But I think that it would be funny if you had, so if you have internet trolls, right?
Yeah,
Who are mad at each other. They can do it because they never see each other. Their profile photo isn't even their real photo. And you get them in a room. It could be just any room, and you just see what they do. So they've been able to protect themselves from any
Yes.
confrontation. They're able to be so shitty to you online. So then you get those people in a room together.
yeah.
What do they do?
The two trolls that are like the ones that hide behind their phones to say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're face to face with them.
Here we go.
Engage. You know,
Get it.
see what happens. That'd be a good show.
Yeah.
They probably. I feel like they wouldn't own up to their like. Oh,
They wouldn't.
That wasn't me.
They'd be like,
you know, yeah, I didn't really mean it. You know, I was just
But then it'd be cool. You'd watch them like work it out.
or not
Or
work
not.
it out.
I meant what I said. You
Yeah.
are a whore. All right, Gerald.
So that's all I have. Unless you want to move on to internet topics that I pulled.
No, I got two questions. I think you'll like.
Oh yeah, let's do those questions.
You'll like
Okay.
some of these questions. So
Some of them, there's two. Okay.
the first question: do you think life gets better reaching your 30s?
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%. 100%. You know yourself better. You know what you want in life better. You know how to manage your time better. You're not broke. Some people maybe, but
Hopefully.
I'm not.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, sorry.
Must be freaking nice.
Hey, I work hard, okay? I was broke at one time, okay?
Right, yes,
I
yes,
learned from
okay.
it. I learned from it. Yeah, it's just better, you know, just everything is just better.
Yeah, I love it because you know yourself at this point.
Yeah.
You know what works. You know what doesn't work. The stuff that doesn't work is gonna start really not working,
Yeah.
and you're gonna feel it. Like body parts are gonna revolt against you. If you've been saying stuff that's just not cool, people will let you know. It's about the time when it's like, oh, you should know better than to talk like that.
I think it's officially, you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah,
so
you're not a kid.
Stop acting like one.
And people aren't going to treat you like a kid anymore.
Yeah, and if you still do act like a kid in your 30s, it's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
Not a
You
good
know,
look.
It's not a good look. So, and people will start to see that. So, the simplest answer to that question is yes. Life is so
Absolutely.
much better in your 30s, and I feel like it gets better. It's going to get better in your 40s and then your 50s. Maybe in your 60s, because then you start to die. 70s, oof. 80s, absolutely not. 90s, just fucking kill yourself.
Just go. Go.
Hundreds.
Ooh, I have a question. So,
Uh-oh.
what do you think would be the best way to die?
the best way to
Or
die.
what way would you want to die?
Interestingly enough, I thought about this yesterday because there was a mosquito in my house, and it was a big one. So I think those are the sheaves. It was just on the wall. I was like, well, I have to kill it. So I got like it's like a rolled up mat, and I just went whoop-ah, smashed it, and I thought like, what must it be like to just be like, say I was just sitting in a cafe, and then my life was just extinguished. What would that feel like? You wouldn't feel it.
Bop.
Yeah, you would just cease to exist.
That might be the best way to go.
And I thought that's probably the best way to die.
That might be it.
Is that you're not, there's no dread of anticipating it. Like if we make it to old age, it's like you're going to be thinking about it every day. It's like, well, it can happen any day now.
Yeah.
Or like if you get diagnosed with an illness or a cancer and terminal, and they're like, well, you've got 6 months. So you're like, well, fuck, I got 6 months. I mean, 6 months I'm going to be dead. So you think about it that way. The best way is just bopping along, and then something bops you to death.
Whatever's the quickest way, I think. Like, I think it'd be fun to go out in just a blaze of glory.
Blaze is not quick.
Blaze.
Burning to death.
I'm
Burning to death is not the best way to die. I can guarantee that. It's probably one of the worst.
just a smack, like right away.
Yeah.
Not like you're running around on fire. I'm saying like immediate.
It's exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to die.
Sacrifice.
I don't know about sacrifice.
For the greater good.
But then you don't know that. Say it didn't work out for the greater good. Say like, oh, I'm gonna block the bomb, and so you block it, and then the people behind you are saved, and then someone else just lops another one at them. You're like, well, that was for nothing.
Man, dark.
You mean I died for nothing?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You appear in heaven, and you're like, oh, I did it, and then 3 seconds later they pop up next to you, and you're like, well, what the fuck?
And then Jesus and God are up there, and they're like, it wasn't good enough.
They're like. You thought
that would work. You thought that would work, you little shit.
Yeah.
Like, well, you made it to heaven, so it was good, but like, not to save people.
Yeah.
But
you could have more time down there.
but it could be better.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nice.
That's interesting. Someone asked you. That was your question.
That was mine.
Okay.
Because I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about death. So then
Lovely.
the other question is best animated show.
Oh,
That's all it says. Best animated show.
just
Could
one.
be a long list.
Just one.
I mean, I
animated
say we
show?
go.
You
top,
go. You
some
go first.
tops.
You go first.
Well, because I looked at a list after reading that,
Okay.
and
Mine for sure would definitely be an anime, but I want to hear yours.
yeah, I mean best animated show. I mean, I just have to go with. I mean, I love shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay. That's a good show.
Yeah, I mean, I love SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's just so many. I mean, Looney Tunes has to count. I think that counts.
Okay.
That's in the top. And then another one, funny TV, like, I don't know. Is there even like more serious animated shows? I mean, that'd be more anime.
There's adult Western
Anime
animations
kind
too.
of stuff.
I feel like since you said Avatar, Korra's a little bit more,
Korra's more.
at least like towards
Adult.
the end. It
Yeah.
kinda, actually, it like dips here and there until
Yeah.
like Goofy and then like serious stuff. I'd say if I had to choose one, my probably number one favorite animated show would be Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Excuse you?
Exactly. Which is an anime.
Oh.
And I came across it when I was 13 years old. And the protagonist, his name is Shinji. He's 14 years old. So like kind of the same age. But we had a lot of similarities. He had a very strained, unusual relationship with his dad. He suffers from what's called the hedgehog's dilemma. If you know what that is, it's just fear of letting people get close to you.
Oh. That's, yes.
Not necessarily physically, but emotionally.
You are the hedgehog.
Yeah, it's called the hedgehog's dilemma.
Oh my God.
And it's because the show starts off. It's a mecha show, but it starts off as like just robots fighting aliens, but it's like really bloody. So I was immediately like, yes. But then it like just kind of evolve or devolves into just like the psychoanalytics of like the human psyche, and it's just specifically in, well, it's not specifically, but like through the main character, he's 14, but like mental illness in children. And then it does explore it in adults too, but I didn't really pick up on that until I watched it when I was older.
Huh.
And it was just like, it was very mind blowing to me because I watched it in 8th grade and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it's just an incredible show. And it's like, it's filled with, it looks really cool because it's just filled with religious iconography, but as a means to just look kind of like cool. It doesn't really mean a whole lot symbolically. So it looks great. It's really heavily affected by the works of Carl Jung, which I actually learned about that through that show. And I went and I was like, what the fuck is like oral state? Like all this stuff. And that's probably my number one show.
Wow.
And I go back to it like every like 5-6 years I'll rewatch it. And I always get something new out of it. And you should watch it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where do you watch it on?
So back in the day I had the DVDs.
Oh.
I think now it's on Netflix now.
Mm-hmm.
It should still be on there. So you can watch it there. And they released movies too. They like retold the story through movies a couple years ago, which are not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the show. And then the finale of the show is a movie, and it's like I've seen that movie like 10 times, and I'm still like, it's still so like, what the fuck is happening in this movie? You'd like it.
That's cool.
A lot, yeah. Well, I don't know if you like it, but definitely give it a watch.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing show.
Pretty deep.
Do
you have some favorites, Caesar?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it the whole time. And so there's always like the cartoons that you grow up watching, like Rocko's Modern Life, stuff like that.
Yeah, Rocko's a good show.
But honestly, the animated show that is connected with me the most is BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman.
that?
Yes.
Oh my God. That show is
dude.
Yeah.
Especially when I lived in LA.
Yeah.
And just like the whole mental health parts of it.
Yeah.
I love that show. And then I love the cast. Like, and I love the world of like, oh, they're like, there's humans and animals, and the animals are kind of human-like.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
The constant references to them being animals, like the jokes about it. Like, it's just so funny, but at the same time, it'll hit you and you're like, damn, this shit's tough to watch.
Yeah.
Did you like how it ended?
Yeah.
The series, I think it ended pretty well.
Yeah, it's just like, this is just life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I hear it's a really good show.
That one's,
You would like it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sure, I would like him.
You're very Bojacky.
Because
you know who I am? Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god.
that's my homework then.
Literally when you and Carla were on, I was like, what is this, a crossover episode?
Yeah, and then it's the interesting thing about that show is that the first couple episodes, they start out like any other like typical like animated show that's a comedy, but then it takes a turn where you're like, oh, this is deeper than that.
Yeah.
And that's where it's worth watching.
They got to get you in, and then they got to hit you with the real shit.
Yeah, like here's some stupid humor, but then they're like, oh, by the way,
But actually, life sucks, and here's why.
yeah, exactly.
And that's how you get us.
That's good. That's what this the one I was talking about, kind of does too. But
That's cool.
but yeah.
Bojack.
So that's it for the questions. Or do you have another animated show you want to mention?
That was it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I watched too many animated shows. I don't even know how to pick tops. But yeah, Ava's number one for sure. Okay, so something a little bit more wholesome. Clint, pay attention.
Sorry.
The turtle is seen hitching a ride on an alligator like it's a horse in Florida.
Like it's a horse.
Yeah,
Like it's a horse.
like it's a horse. So this little turtle's just riding along on this gator's neck.
The gator looks kind of
He
happy
looks
the
fine
turtle's
with
along.
It says they're normally not friends.
Is that us?
Yeah. Well, who's the gator? Who's
I'm the turtle. I'm the
Okay.
turtle.
Yeah, I was hoping for a video because I wanted to see
Oh,
it, but they don't have
yeah, I
it.
want to see them in action.
Yeah. What would you do if you saw this?
Like I'd feel the way that I'm feeling now. Go, oh,
Oh, be intrigued. Do you
Aw.
think the gator does not know what's on his
I
back?
think he's just okay with it.
Because he can't eat the turtle anyway.
Yeah. Why? I mean, turtle meat.
Well, it just goes in the shell.
Yeah.
I don't think they can. Maybe
It's
they
like
can crack the
it's like
shell.
an oyster.
I don't know.
Just seems like
That was my
such
one
a-
wholesome thing that's on there. It's a nice palate cleanser.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Okay, so this one's not really that too bad. But naughty old lady in a hurry for big bingo night busted moving traffic cones. So this old British broad. who's
No
in the
way.
UK,
Oh my god.
She was stuck in traffic, as you can see here. And let me mute this.
She's moving the.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not waiting for this. So this old bitch goes out and moves these traffic cones
Oh my god.
so that she can go into this other lane,
Oh,
which so she could get to her. This says bingo night. I don't know if it's actually bingo night. But look at her.
oh my God.
But too posh to wait is what the guy who's filming it says. So she's getting through. It's going slow, but
Yeah.
getting through.
She's not going to get hit, is she?
That'd be
That'd be so
amazing.
funny.
Oh, no, she got caught. Look at this guy. He's like,
Oh,
the fuck
he's
you
like, what are you doing?
Turn your fucking car around.
Get
I
back.
can't do British.
Get back there.
You see these cones are here for a reason.
What are you doing? Oh my God.
Whoa. She backs up, though.
She's
I
like,
just
oh.
kept going.
All right. I guess I can't do this.
Stupid British broad.
God damn it.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty ballsy.
Wow. Wow.
But she gets back in line. I actually did something similar to that once. So you remember K-Lot.
Yeah.
So do you remember how sometimes they would have it coned off? Like it'd be this part is all for whoever.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, guess, but then only these 2 lanes are for you.
Mhm.
And they have it coned off.
Yeah.
There was one time I went in there and that entire other part was completely empty. They were not using it. And the cones were there. And I got out of the car and I moved the cones and I drove into the other part. And there were
Yeah.
cars behind me too.
Oh my God.
And I think they saw me because I just sit there and I was like, I thought about it for a second. I was like, should I just move the cones? Because no one's there.
Mm.
And so by the time I was finished thinking about it, there were cars behind me.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
was like, well, I can't back up. So I went out and I moved the cones.
Wow.
And I went to go park and they all followed me in there.
Oh,
So
you did a good thing.
I did a good thing. I don't know if I did a good thing, but
You naughty old
sometimes
lady.
you got like these cones are there for like I don't know why those cones were there, but sometimes the cones are there because someone forgot to move them.
Yeah, it could just be human error.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, well, I got to go to work and there's nowhere to park, so I'm gonna move these fucking cones.
Yeah.
So I did. So this one, okay, I got this for you because you're a big Taylor Swift fan.
Oh yeah.
Florida people report UFO. It was just Taylor Swift opening gates of heaven. So she did a show. Oh, this is another Florida one. Anyway, she did a show in Florida where I guess she had a bunch of lights shoot up into the sky, but people thought it looked like a UFO. Look at that.
Because the way it falls down.
Well, it's just lights
Maybe.
moving in the clouds.
Wouldn't you be able to tell that that's fireworks though? I mean, oh.
Whoa.
I don't think
know,
they're
it moves
fireworks.
weird.
They're
Look
like
the way it moves.
it's like a giant spotlight.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
not,
spotlight.
It's not fireworks.
Oh.
It's a light that's moving around. And then another one. This one, I don't know. It looks like it's coming from below. And see how they're shooting up?
Uh-huh.
Take me to church, bitch. From a Swedish Swish. So shout out.
Swedish swish.
Swedish
out.
Swish.
Take me to
I think
church,
that's the same
bitch.
video.
Church, bitch.
This one, yeah.
Oh.
There was a time once when I was working, and I worked outside at that time, and there were you see it every so often of lights like this in the sky,
Mhm.
but they're from aircraft.
Yeah.
But it's like the ones where it's like that shouldn't be there. It's like a military craft or like a planned test of some kind, and so you see like it's aliens. Those are aliens.
Gotta be.
Yeah, it's gotta be aliens. You ever seen that?
Yeah. What if soon we just live in a world where we just know that it is aliens? What if they just come out and they're like, yeah, so those were aliens the other day. And we're just
Well,
like,
we gotta see
okay.
the aliens first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to see them to calm our fears about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they just say there is aliens, your mind's gonna go crazy and be like, "Well, what do they do? What's going on?"
Yeah.
You said calm your fears. Are you afraid of aliens?
Yeah, I guess so. It's because it's just that, like, what are their motives?
Yeah.
If they come and
Yeah.
they're like, we come
Well-
in peace, maybe I'll be less afraid.
Yeah, because there's so many stories about, like, in movies about where they're trying to kill us.
Mhm.
When they could just be like, "What's going on down here?" You're like,
What's going on?
"Hey, what-
Hey.
no, look at
Hey,
that.
everybody."
Look at that. You're a man, but you're a woman. But now you're a man again. But now you're a woman. Okay.
Yeah. Who are you?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Miss
Interesting.
Jenner.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just,
Are you guys not scared of aliens?
No.
you're not afraid of aliens.
I feel like they wouldn't. If they were to come, they wouldn't try to vaporize us all.
You don't?
I don't think so.
I mean, they're
They'd
just
probably
gonna-
try to vaporize them, and then they'd probably try to vaporize us. But
Yeah, we'd screw it up somehow.
yeah, it'd be our fault if they did that. I'm not afraid of that. I feel like even if we're we're so stupid down here anyway. We're so primitive that if there was a species that lived on another planet that had the ability to come to our planet, like we're so primitive compared to them that they wouldn't even. They'd be like, "Oh, these are monkeys." No,
They wouldn't bother.
Yeah,
with
they
us.
don't care. It would be like a zoo almost.
I think, but that's the fear too, is that they're probably way smarter than us,
Yeah.
so they could do whatever they want.
Yeah, fine. Take me. Take me.
Take me to church, bitch.
Maybe they'll take us to a better place. They're like, "Oh, you
Maybe.
seem kind of smart. You can come with us. Leave these guys behind."
Just
back
Marcus?
here."
Yeah, just you.
Everybody's dumb, but not
Yeah,
you,
not
Marcus.
you.
Marcus.
You're coming with us.
He's like, I always knew I was special.
Just ascend into a light in the sky.
Come with us, Uncle Marcus.
Oh, so you guys like it too? I'll stick with it.
They were the real test.
You're up there with the aliens. You're like, so what do you think about the name Uncle Marcus? Should I be Cousin Marcus? They're like, well, shit, no one knows you up here. You can be anything you want.
What?
Aliens curse.
Yeah, they don't know
They
anything.
Speak, they speak
but they
perfect Californian English. They're like, dude, you can do whatever the fuck you want up here.
Yeah,
Bro, whatever you want, dude.
It'd be
It's
the
all
worst.
good.
It'd be the worst if aliens spoke like a deep, hard accent to know, like a deep Southern. They're like,
Had.
you're like, are you smarter
you're
than
like,
us?
That's the accent you decided to emulate.
Yes.
You came down.
I'm trying to think of like the hardest. Yeah, they're like, that's not going to relate to us, man. Come on, aliens, figure it out.
They come
Get
down,
out
they're
of
like,
here.
well, we wanted to talk to you guys in a way that you guys thought would be soothing. So they're like, Matthew McConaughey and Martians all around.
Yeah, they're like, hello, humans. My love for you is unquantifiable. The target draws the arrow. And then you're like, oh my God, we're going to follow this alien all the way up to wherever the hell they're going. We're going to pay $400 for 2 months of seminars about journaling.
You know what I like about humans? I get older.
The aliens have an open mic.
Yeah. See, you're not scared of the aliens.
No, we're okay.
No,
We're good now.
they're livable.
You had to joke about it to get over it.
We've got some personality. Okay, so this one. Pizza guy delivers justice amid cop chase. I didn't mean to send him flying. So in this video, as you can see here, I'm going to mute it real quick. I'm going to mute it. Trending now. Okay, get to the
You
video.
want to full screen it so people can see it?
No, they're fine.
They're
so look,
fine.
the police chase this guy. He's running. Guy with the pizza. Bam!
Oh! What?
Yeah. That was a nice sweep, too. Like, just real clean. Look at that.
Also, how does the guy not see the pizza guy?
I don't think he thought he was going to trip him.
Yeah.
Oh man, nice move.
Fuck.
Uh, How helpful was that? Do you think the cops would
No,
have
they
caught
would
him?
have got him.
Yeah.
They would have been fine.
Yeah,
But I
That'd be
really
fine.
don't care what he has to say. But,
Coco's Pub. So
Um,
yeah, I'm 40.
yeah.
Pizza delivery guy.
This guy's working at Coco's Pizzeria at 46.
Oh,
So, I mean,
29. Oh.
he's not going to be too much. 29! He
Yeah.
is 29. Oh, my God.
It's a rough 29.
Jesus. Oh, that's not 29. Sorry, Tyler. We don't really mean to. You
Sorry,
saved,
Tyler.
you saved the day.
Yeah.
Would you do that? If you saw a police chase happening and a suspect was running in your direction, would you trip him
Oh, I would take that opportunity
to make it about you?
level them.
Oh, level them.
I would be like, okay, here's my freebie. This is like a freebie. It's like the free time to like really hit somebody.
Do you want to do that?
Like
Do you have
I
the
would,
urge to do that?
I would take a freebie. Yeah, I would free shot. It's a free shot. Just go
I
for
don't
it.
know if that's a free shot.
That's a free shot. You can't really get. You could get in trouble for like defending yourself.
If
these
he
days,
broke his neck,
but you
if
can't
he
kill
broke
him.
his neck, you go to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
It's not a
can't.
freebie.
You can't fully defend yourself. Well, I mean, defending yourself can go too far.
Yeah, well, he wasn't defending himself.
Right.
This guy's running.
He was
Jumped
helping.
in his way.
That's a freebie. Go get him.
Maybe. I don't know that I would because I feel like I'd fuck it up somehow.
You'd be filming it.
I'd probably film it.
Film the
But
guy running
if-
by you,
Yeah,
right by
because I
you.
feel like I'd mess it up somehow. Like I say, I put out my leg, he just jumps over it.
Oh.
Like, ooh. Or like I try to jump in front of him, he just knocks me over.
And then the police go to help you, and then he gets away.
Yeah,
And you're
or like
"God damn
he
it."
knocks me over, and then the police behind him trip over me.
Yeah. It's
Like-
it was worse for you.
Yeah, I'm the banana peel for the police.
So you're going to get knocked down, and then the aliens will see you on the ground and be like, oh no, Uncle Marcus. Let's save him.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it. But,
Wow.
good for this guy.
Yeah.
Good for you, Tyler.
Tyler, go
So-
Tyler.
I've been thinking about maybe making this a thing, but I saw a Zodiac article.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe pulling a Zodiac article every week, but
Sure.
because they're pretty fun. But I haven't read this one.
Ooh.
How likely are you to commit murder, according
After
to
all
your
this, yeah.
Zodiac sign? So we'll start with Clint. You're
Aries is probably pretty high.
He's the one looking to get a free punch on
Yeah,
somebody.
free shot.
Free hit.
Free shot.
Free hit, right? I mean, that's what it is. It's a free
shot.
hit. I don't know if it's a free hit. Okay, where is the Aries at? What the?
Guess we're not in this one.
Should have read it first.
Oh, Taurus,
Oh my
take that.
God.
Let's see.
Oh
There's like
It's
it's like written throughout the whole thing.
Ah.
no, but it
Pisces.
stopped. Like it didn't have all of them.
Wait, was that Ezra Miller? Who was that?
Aries. This says Aries kill people because they have poor impulse control. It's a
Yeah.
free hit.
It's a free shot.
Blackout when angry.
Why'd you hit him? It was a free hit.
It's a
And
free
also,
hit.
I don't believe the killing is a heroic slash merciful like Herbert.
Yeah.
Murder prevents earthquakes. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, heroic. Yeah.
Oh,
I'd be saving that guy.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Shut up. Leos.
I don't know what that means.
Leos kill for love or limelight. That's all, that's all I have to say.
Kill for the limelight. Oh my god.
Will you see through Gemini?
That's so
Gemini.
short.
Gemini's probably like kills just for fun because he's a psycho.
Oh,
okay. You have a whole segment for
Oh, look
you.
at that. Great.
Geminis have cunning minds and curious imaginations that at best make them lively conversationalists and original thinkers.
Oh, wow.
On the murder tip, these inclinations are liable to produce a hyper-verbal killer who writes their own fan mail,
Ooh.
taunts the police, and blames their crimes on satanic dogs like Son of Sam, Slayer,
David
David
Berkowitz.
Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz.
That's all I had to say about Gemini.
That's how I would do it if I was a serial killer.
You would do it?
I would like mock the police and be like, "How come you haven't
Yeah.
caught me, motherfuckers?"
Yeah, you can't do this. You can't get me.
Yeah.
I'm better than all right. You can't catch me. I'm unquantifiable. I'm a fucking Gemini.
Yeah, it's a free hit.
Free hit. It's a free
Okay,
hit.
so this one I saw today, and I don't know how much I want to say about this, but Barbie has made a Down syndrome Barbie, and if you look at it, it doesn't look that different from regular Barbie.
No, it doesn't.
Is that a Down syndrome?
This is the Down syndrome Barbie. It looks pretty
It
much
looks
the same.
Same.
Maybe a little like fatter face,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look that different, right?
Doesn't look different to me.
When I saw the headline, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna look like.
Why are we looking at the feet? What's
how you
Down
think-
syndrome? What's
She's-
Down
she's
syndrome
got the
about
special
the feet?
boots on. That's
I think
why.
yeah. That's,
Oh,
that's
the
why.
boots.
And a
Oh.
smiley. Look how happy this is. Oh, look at her. Look at her crippled legs.
Oh.
They have to wear those special shoes. Pink ankle foot or orthotics represent the children who need them to support their feet and ankles.
Makes sense.
I thought it just doesn't look that different.
Doesn't look different.
If I saw this, my first thought wouldn't be, oh, she's got Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this
I
Barbie's
would
got
think,
big
oh,
hair.
Barbie.
Wasn't it trying to make a grander point that people with
Mattel
Down
says the
syndrome are
doll
not
will
that
help children
different?
see themselves in toys. I don't think this chick sees herself in this.
Oh no.
First of all, I don't think she sees this white lady as her.
Yeah.
Doll will feature a flatter nose and be dressed in a yellow and blue dress, which represents the colors of Down syndrome awareness. Okay, well, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Or in
Well,
pink.
good for them
Yeah.
for trying to do something.
Yeah, that's
it.
cool.
Was that a Christmas tree on her neck?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I have a longer torso and a shorter frame with a rounder shape and smaller ears. Okay.
I kind of see it with the shape.
The color, they don't think the picture doesn't look. Working closely with the National Down Syndrome, whatever. What are your thoughts? What do you want to see next from Barbie, actually?
I want to see everything.
Okay.
Everything Barbie 24/7. Where's the Barbie podcast? Where do we got that?
I'm sure
There's
there's
none
one
of
out
that.
there.
Just have a Barbie for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just do. Why not?
Paraplegic Barbie,
Yeah. We need a
blind
chain,
Barbie,
we need chain smoking Barbie.
deaf Barbie.
That's what we should do next. We
heroin
should make
Barbie.
the realist. This is what the kids who had Barbies grow up to be. They
Homeless
grow
Barbie.
up to be Barbies.
Derelict Barbie.
20-year-old addicted to vape, who goes to Coachella, wears
Influencer Barbie.
Yeah, influencer Barbie.
There you go.
We need a stand-up comic Barbie who's always just struggling with her weight.
Oh my god.
We need the obsessed with their phone Barbie. It's just Barbie just looking down.
There could be so many more Barbies, and they chose Down syndrome.
I mean,
What a
get all the
letdown.
Barbies. Get all the Barbies.
What a letdown, Mattel.
We need more Barbies.
Yeah. That's all I have. You want to talk about your thing?
Let's see. Yeah. So, like, how long ago was it? It was a couple months ago, maybe a year ago.
Yeah,
That
it was
Winnie
recent.
the Pooh became public domain, which means anybody can make a story using Winnie the Pooh. But they keep deciding to make these like scary, weird ass things.
Also, side note, I didn't know Christopher Robin was Jewish.
I didn't know either. Christopher Robin Leibowitz.
Yeah,
Christopher Robin Leibowitz, you get
got a-
down here this instant, young man.
He's got a yarmulke on.
Get out of that tree. Stop hanging out with that Pooh Bear. What the hell is this?
Christopher Robin Gold.
I haven't taken your allergy medicine yet.
Anyway, an R-rated live-action animation hybrid series about Winnie the Pooh character, about Christopher Robin, not Winnie the Pooh, is in development for Boat Rocker Studios. They just did this with a movie. There was a slasher where he grows up and then they come looking for him, I think.
But this one, I think he does drugs or something. He does some kind of
He turned into Derelict Barbie.
derelict Barbie. Yeah. Derelict Christopher Robin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Comes with its own little joint.
Oh.
And then you could see the
Joint.
characters.
That's not going to make you derelict. It's got to be a pipe.
It's a pipe.
crack
Oh,
pipe.
It's
Crack
gotta be a
pipe.
crack pipe.
A needle, maybe a spoon with a lighter.
It's got like an effect to where like you could light it.
Oh my God.
Like it lights up. Oh no.
Have you ever seen a crack pipe?
I've never
You would
I've
know it if you
never
saw it.
been I mean maybe like on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those things where you see them on the ground and
kinda
you're like, I
scary
know
looking.
exactly what that is,
Yeah.
but I've
Mhm.
never smoked one.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
One time I was in traffic and somebody next to me, I was like, "What? What the hell?"
You gotta make that traffic, tolerable. I get it.
Yikes.
I'm like, "How dare you?" And then I just take a hit of my vape.
Watermelon spice.
Watermelon spice. All right, well, I think
Oh,
that's
man.
it for this week, unless you got anything else.
What else do
We're
we
at,
got?
we're at the time.
I don't know. I
Anything
think
else
we're
you wanna bring
pretty
to the
good.
table?
Anything, Caesar?
No.
Carloca?
Carloca.
Shout out to Carla.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Carla.
Carloca.
When does she come back?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
Let me know, guys. Like on this show.
Oh,
we
just
meant
in
just
general.
back from her trip.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's back already.
Oh, she's back. Oh.
Not to make it awkward, but on that note, well, since Caesar doesn't know where his wife is. Well, I saw her post today from her
Yeah.
trip, but I guess if she's back already.
She's back from
Yeah,
Miami.
she'd be
She's
back. Yeah. Miami.
Yeah, so we can wrap it up for today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being here. Caesar, list your huge resume for us, please.
All right. First, you can follow me. You can follow me at I am Caesar Rod. That's my personal Instagram. If you want me to produce a podcast for you in the Southern California area or just through online remotely, hit me up at Rodriguez Podcast. I also do a show with my wife, Carla, and Caesar's Modern Life. That's on YouTube as well. And then lastly, the Rodriguez Show. That's a show I've been doing for 8 years now. We're going to do a party on May 12th in downtown Santa Ana. So check that out at the Rodriguez Show.
Hell yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Go ahead, Clint.
All right. So at the _Clint show, I am going to work on making a new TikTok account specifically to showcase my voice as I do.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that soon. So that's coming soon.
What are you going to call it?
Be aware. I think I'm going to stick with the _Clint show.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to stick with that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just make it different from the TikTok I have because I just have like the friends TikTok. So I want to
The
do
stupid one.
a separate one. So I want to do a better one.
Okay.
So that's my goal to make a better one. And Twitter, Facebook, I guess,
Okay.
Instagram, and the 30s.
Okay. Uncle Marcus on everything. Instagram. That's pretty much the only thing I'm really active on. The 30s Pod, Instagram, YouTube. Please go to the YouTube. Go to the YouTube.
Check out the YouTube.
For some reason, the numbers are like really low there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. So go there. Yeah, on the YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the things. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, y'all.
See you next time.